Okay, so what we want to do in this video is have a look at three short questions that kind of use the equimarginal principle or the law of equimarginal returns. And all we're trying to do is spend our money in such a way that will give us the maximum satisfaction. But we have to keep like a number of things in mind. The first thing we have to keep in mind is the marginal utilities, and as we can see here, the marginal utilities of each good is dropping as we consume more and more of that good. So that's showing the law of diminishing marginal utility. The next thing we have to keep in mind are the prices of each of the goods as well, and finally the income, because you have to spend all of your income, because as we've said previously, one of the assumptions regarding consumer behavior is that they want to maximize their utility, and if they don't spend all of their income, they are foregoing an opportunity to give them increased utility, and that's not consistent, that's not rational is the idea. Okay, so what I want you to do now is pause this video, see if you can work out how to do it, and then and once you're ready to, you've got an answer, or you just whatever you might be able to do it, then just press play and we'll have a look at the answer and go through how we get it. Okay, so hopefully you've had a chance to do that, and now what we're going to do is look at the answer. Well, the first thing you have to keep in mind is how are we spending our money? Well, we're spending our money in the way that the marginal utility divided by the price of each good is the same for all of the goods consumed. Okay, so sorry, just go back for 1 second. He's got €40 here, so we've got to keep that in mind about how much money he has to spend. Okay, well, what I've done now is I've worked out this for all of the marginal utilities and the prices of A, and I've worked out this, which is the marginal utility divided by the price for all of the marginal utilities and the prices of B. Okay, obviously, I mean, the prices don't change for A or B, but just, that's all I'm saying. So the first thing is, here is the marginal utility per euro spent on each good. Okay, so the first thing we have to ask is, well, should he buy the first unit of good A or the first unit of good B? Well, as you can see, he's getting 10 marginal utils per euro spent on good A and 8 marginal utils per euro spent on good B. Therefore, what he should do is buy A. So that one is gone, okay? Now, the next question is, should he buy the second unit of good A or the first unit of good B? Well, as you can see, he's getting 9 marginal utils per euro when he's buying good A, and he's only getting 8 marginal utils per euro when he's buying good B, so he's going to buy another unit of good A. The question then becomes, should he buy another unit, the third unit of good A or the first unit of good B? And as you can see, 8 is the same as 8, so therefore he's completely indifferent between the two. I could have put in the X here, but I'm just going to say for whatever reason he's going to buy B first, and then he's going to buy the third unit of good A. Now, so what we have here, we are fulfilling, because 8 is the same as 8, so we're fulfilling this whole requirement here. But we have to check and see. So don't forget, he's got €40, but how much money has he spent? Well, he has spent, it's 5, 10, 15, because each of these is 5, and another 10, which is 25. So yes, he is fulfilling this requirement, but he hasn't spent all of his money, and as such, if he stopped there, he would be foregoing an opportunity to increase his total happiness, and that's not rational. It's not keeping with the second assumption that we've made about consumer behavior, which is they seek maximum utility. So what is he going to do? Well, he's going to spend more money, and the question then becomes, okay, what's he going to buy next? Is he going to buy the fourth unit of good A or the second unit of good B? Again, he is completely indifferent, and I've just chosen to put the X there to say he's going to buy good B first, and then he's going to buy good A. And is he maintaining this criteria here, which is the marginal utility divided by the price is the same for all goods consumed? Well, 7 is the same as 7, so yes, he is. And the second criteria, has he spent all of his money? Well, it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 and 40, because each of these is a tenner. He has spent all of his money, so that is the optimum combination of goods A and B that he should buy. 4 units of good A, 2 units of good B. And the idea is that if you were to add up all of these and all of these, okay, so 10 and 9 is 19, and 8 is 27, and 7 is 34, and another 8 is, what's that, 42, 49, I believe, forgive me, you might have to check my maths. So that would be his total utility that he got from his spending. And if you were to try to spend that €40 on any other combinations of good A or good B, you would not get to that level of total utility. He is getting the most total happiness that he possibly can from his limited income, given his preferences, which are revealed by the marginal utilities here, and the relative prices, the prices of each good. Okay, so he should buy 4 units of good A and 2 units of good B. Now, for the second question, the first thing we have to notice is that he's got €70 with which to spend. The next thing is that the prices are exactly the same. So this question should be easier, I suppose, but people get nervous when it comes into decimals or fractions. The only thing I will say here is that, see this marginal utility of good B. He is indifferent on whether or not to consume. Ignore everything else. I'm just saying he is indifferent, whether or not to consume the 5th unit of good B or the 6th unit of good A at a price of 0. Okay, because it is not going to increase his total happiness. Therefore, he would be unwilling to spend money on the 5th unit of good B or the 6th unit of good A, because they would not increase his total happiness. Now, as it is here, we've got only 2 goods, but in reality, I mean, you've got thousands of goods you could spend your money on. Therefore, the fact that both of these cost a tenner each means he's not going to buy the 5th unit of good B or the 6th unit of good A. Finally, the other thing, just kind of to give you something to think about, the other thing here is that this is a marginal utility that is a minus. It's -2, the 6th unit of good B. Not only would he not be willing to spend any money, he would not receive it. He would not be willing to consume it, the 6th unit of good B, at a price of 0. He would have to be paid money in order to do that, because it is taking away from his total utility. Okay, so that's just something to think about there. So again, he's got €70. Each good costs a tenner. There's his preferences as revealed by his marginal utilities. Pause the video, have a go at it. Once you think you've got the answer, then press play. Okay, well, hopefully you've had a go or had a chance to do that, and hopefully you got the right answer. So let's have a look and see. Okay, so he's got €70 and each good costs a tenner. And again, we are trying to spend our money in such a way that the ratio of marginal utility to price is the same for all goods consumed. Also, we have to spend all of our money because if we didn't do that, we'd be giving up an opportunity to make ourselves happier, and as such, we would not be seeking maximum utility, and we'd be breaking the second assumption of consumer behavior. So the first question is, okay, so as I said, it's tenner. These are the marginal utilities on the left. This is the price. You have to find out this. So that's what these numbers on the right-hand side here are. And that's what these numbers on the right-hand side here are. So the first question is, should he consume the first unit of good A or the first unit of good B? Well, he should consume the first unit of good A because 1 is bigger than 0.8. Therefore, we cross that off the list. Then the next question becomes, should he consume the second unit of good A or the first unit of good B? And as you can see, 0.8 equals 0.8. And as such, he is indifferent between the two. I've just decided to put it on good B. It's irrelevant, as I've already said before. He could easily decide to have 2 units of good A and then go on to 1 unit of good B. But either way, he ends up with the same consumption pattern. Now, again, as I said, we are fulfilling this requirement here, which is the Equi marginal principle, or the law of Equi marginal returns, because the marginal utility divided by the price, which is 0.8 here, is the same as the marginal utility divided by the price, which is 0.8 here. However, we know he has €70, and if he only consumes that much, he's only spending €30. Therefore, he would be giving up an opportunity to increase his total utility or total happiness, and as such, he's not going to stop spending there. He's going to continue to spend. So the next thing is, well, should he have the third unit of good A or the second unit of good B? Again, he's completely indifferent. It doesn't matter which order he has them in. All we're saying is he's going to end up buying both. And again, we're satisfying this requirement here, because 0.6 is the same as 0.6, but it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So no, he's not spending all his money, and as such, he's going to continue to spend more. Should he have the fourth unit of good A or the third unit of good B? And as you can see, he's completely indifferent between the two because 0.4 is equal to 0.4. So he's going to essentially consume both. Are we satisfying this requirement here? Yes, we are, because 0.4 is the same as 0.4. And is he going to consume any more? Well, he would like to. He certainly would like to consume this, but does he have the money to? Well, it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. He has no more money. So that is the combination of goods A and B that he should choose in order to maximize his total happiness, which is 4 units of good A and 3 units of good B. Now, again, so this guy here has 19 euro to spend. The price of good A is 2, the price of good B is 3. These reveal his preferences because it tells us exactly how much marginal utility he gets from each good. And so again, I'd say pause the video, have a go. Once you've got an answer, press play and see if you're right. Okay, well, hopefully you've had a chance to do that. So what we're going to do is straight in, again, constantly trying to satisfy this requirement or this equality here, or equation, which is the marginal utility divided by the price is the same for all goods consumed. Here, the marginal utilities, as we see, they're always falling, therefore obeying the law of diminishing marginal utility. The prices are the same for each good, obviously, because that's what you pay is the price for the good. And then here is the marginal utilities divided by their respective prices, okay, the right hand column. So again, we go through the whole rigmarole. What's the sequence of purchases? Should he consume the first good of good A or the first good of good B? Well, 10 marginal utils per euro is higher than 8 marginal utils per euro, so he's going to choose the first unit of good A. Should he choose the second unit of good A, or should he choose to consume the first unit of good B? Well, 9 is greater than 8, therefore he's going to consume the second unit of good A. Should he choose to consume this third unit of good A or the first unit of good B? Well, again, completely indifferent, and he's going to consume both because he's indifferent between them. It doesn't matter the order. He could have gone 3 and 1. I went 2, 1, and then another one here with A. It's irrelevant. Now, again, what we're saying here is this is satisfied. So we know he's got 19 euro. So he is satisfying this, but does he have an opportunity to give himself greater total utility? Well, it's 2, 4, 6, and 3 is 9. He's got 19 euro, so the idea is he's going to consume more. So should he consume the fourth unit of good A or the second unit of good B? Again, completely indifferent. Essentially, he's going to consume both. This again is satisfied because it's 7 and 7, but is he spending all of his money? So it's 2, 4, 6, 8 euro spent, and then another 6, which is 15, and he's got 19, or sorry, that's 14, excuse me, is that right? So 2, 4, 6, 8, excuse me, 8 and 6 is 14. He's got 19 euro to spend, therefore no, he's going to spend more money because he's got a further opportunity to maximize his total utility. Should he consume the fifth unit of good A or the third unit of good B? As you can see, 6 equals 6, completely indifferent, so it doesn't matter the order with which he chooses to buy them, but he ends up buying both. And now we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13, 16, 19. All of his money is spent, and because 6 equals 6, he is satisfying this requirement here. Okay, so there's 3 questions. Hopefully they made sense. In the next video, we're going to be going up to where the examples where he has 3 goods to choose from.